Yo, 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 what's going on, man? What's going on? It's late night, man. It's late night. It's 11:20 at night.
Hmm.
And I retarded ass finna jump on the air. Just
Hmm.
like, just like, man, we got to give it to y'all straight, raw, and uncut. Crazy thing is, we did a show yesterday. We didn't even talk about damn coordinators. Crazy.
Nah, just so much
Crazy.
other stuff yeah coming up to talk about. But I
Yeah,
mean,
too
at the
much
same
stuff going on, bro. Go ahead.
yeah. Now I was about to say no. It just I was literally about to say just too much stuff going on. But hey, at the end of the day, A1 and Smitty, we still back at you once again.
And the crazy thing is, my ass gonna be up all night editing videos.
Mm.
'Cause the last week and a half been rough for me, man. Sometimes when you just out of it, you're out of it. And I'm gonna be real with y'all, man. I get tired too. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I love putting out video, putting out content, but sometimes I get that writer's block or that video block, and my mind just be elsewhere. But think about it. Sometimes when I be in that funk, somebody in my comments find a way to lift me up to start back to making videos. So shout out to y'all, man.
Hmm. I'm talking about. I understand, family. And sometimes this work will beat you down, and then just life be life, and bills be billing, and then you
Yeah,
just got
yeah,
to
boy.
happen.
I
Just
don't
got
even
to make.
talk about that, boy.
Yeah. Hey, let's talk about some football then. Hey man, first of all, we tripping. What's going on with the chat? Gotta give a shout out to the chat.
Greg, what's up, my guy? Greg Payne said we need to trade this player Darnell Mooney and get somebody else. Please get that right side of the offensive line right and get some other girl along, my boy AJ Terrell. The right side of the line, fine, man. I think bringing in Callahan gonna solidify that line even more. I don't think it's the right side of the line. I think it's the interior in the middle. I think they got like we keep talking about, man. Linda Bond, you got to go get it, man. It is more. It's other centers out here. Connor Williams out here. I mean, there's more veteran centers out here, but you got to go get a veteran center, man. And there's no not to Ryan Nuzell. I just think he's a better backup. Greg said just resigned Tyler Algier. We'll soon see. But I seen
That's what I'm.
a post on Fox earlier saying they got him going to Tampa Bay. Wouldn't that be some shit?
It wouldn't make any sense. It wouldn't
No, it
make any
wouldn't.
sense.
Oh, but you think about it, Chris. Rashad White might be a free agent, so it may make sense
But
in
my
that
thing,
aspect.
why leave Bijan to go play with Bucky?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That don't make no sense. Well, we know the answer to that. Money. Let's be real. Miss Stephanie, what's good? Auntie Joy in the building, man. She up with her bonnet on, man. Jermaine, I'm here, man. I'm here, my guy. King ATL supporter said, Pitt, stay and trust me. I mean, that's yet to be seen. There's too many options out here. I would love for him to stay. And like I said, with him and Drake, I would love for both of them to stay. But if I had to take a choice, I'm still sticking with Kyle, man. I hate to tell y'all that. Uncle Lou, what's up, my guy?
What's happening, Lou? Uncle Lou?
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, King ATL. Yeah, I need prayer too, man. I'm normal like everybody else, man. Normal like everybody else. I mean, look, I'm human. I got my flaws and my chicken wings, so I mean, I'm human.
Yeah, we got almost nearly 4 minutes into the show, but here come chicken wings.
I mean, it's late.
Dre, what's going on? Uncle Lou said, "No, I know, right, man? Oh, Tyler to the Bucks. Come on, man. They gotta lay it off of it. They gotta lay off of it." So I won't let that happen, especially with Zach Robinson over there.
And look, it happens.
Well, I tell you, there it is.
But we, like I said, we're gonna talk about break down this the coordinators and what happened with the new coordinators what got hired. You talk about Tommy Reese, and that's mainly who we're gonna talk about because I think he had all the interesting points. Ulbrich has some nice points, but he's only one that I really thought about when he's talking about the way they're gonna be able to just be able to focus on players that fit inside the scheme as far as the way they're gonna be drafted different and bring in free agents, just make it different, and it's gonna be something new, and it's something that you love to see because he said it with the Jets when they were drafted with the Jets, they had to go get certain people to fit what they were trying to do instead of not being as versatile as what they have now. And I'm gonna talk about it a little bit in one of the videos I'm gonna put out in a little while. But trust me, it's gonna be nice. But go ahead.
It was funny how he was saying, he was like, as crazy as it may sound, he was like, Michael Parsons didn't fit the scheme that we was running. We were strictly 4-3, talking about Jeff Ulbrich and everything.
Right.
Just like, now, of course, it does sound crazy, knowing what we know now. And he acknowledged that. But yeah, man, hey, at the end of the day, you had the opportunity to possibly draft him, but that's what it goes down to, man. You're looking at the tape with some of these young guys, and you're like, okay, I see what it is on tape, but does he fit our scheme? And sometimes you will pass on the guy because because you think he doesn't fit your scheme, no matter what he turns into.
Right. And look, one thing that he has learned, versatility. Because he talked about it with Kaden Elliss in this interview. He talked about just building from the inside out as we've been talking about. But we're gonna start with Tommy Reese. And before we start, man, like I always tell y'all, man, go ahead and drop the super chats. Truly appreciate it as always. But let's get this thing rolling, man. We're gonna listen to Tommy Reese, and he's gonna start with let me make sure I got it right because I got my notes. Got to keep my notes. He's gonna talk about Michael Penix fit in the offense. What everybody like to talk about and get his perspective from it right quick. We're not gonna play the clip long, but we're gonna make sure y'all get just enough of the clip to understand what's going on. Let's get this thing rolling, man.
Once you're in the flow of a game, I would say there's not a ton different when you're actually calling it. It's more in how you prepare and how you put the game plan together.
Tell me, when you watch Michael Penix on film, what jumps out to you, and how do you see him fitting into the offense you guys want to implement here?
Yeah, I mean, extreme arm talent would be the first thing that, just from a film standpoint that you see. I mean, all the throws outside the numbers, down the field, can throw with anticipation, can throw with great accuracy. Is a tough guy in the pocket, man. I mean, he will stand in there and deliver the ball down the field. Like any young player, there's always going to be areas for room of improvement and growth. And that's what we're so excited to get to work with Michael on. But I mean, there's a lot to really, really like on the film, and excited and eager to get ready to build that with him.
Have you had a chance to meet with him at all?
Yeah, we have. We've met him. Obviously, the rules in the offseason are a little wish-washy on what you can talk about. But, he's been in the building doing rehab, and so we've had a chance to meet him. And what a great young man. You know what I mean? Like, overlaps with some guys that had coached him in college at different points in my career, and everybody's always spoken so highly of him. And you meet him for 2 minutes, and you can feel that right away. So I think you're looking at a young player that's, really hungry and eager to get back out there. And, it's our job as coaches to put him in position to have success.
When you walk into this room, you see John Robbins, you see Drake London. What do you see?
That's what I'm talking about, man.
Love that,
Yeah, I mean,
right?
Let's talk about the Penix thing. That's the part that got me excited, man. When we talk about the quarterback position, as we talked about before, I just think them speaking positively of Michael Penix, knowing he may miss time going into this season, and they're going to keep working with him until he gets back up to par. And it lets me know, and I thought about it, and I told y'all before, when you think about how much he has to go through in order to get back for week one, you got the OTAs, mini camp, training camp, preseason. And if they can get him up to par going through all of that, battling through an injury, we got a hell of a staff, y'all.
Facts. No, I absolutely agree, man. I just feel like it was so important when he said, a quarterback has to be a high-level decision maker, someone who can limit mistakes at critical moments. And that's when we talk about situational play calling, situational decisions, and actually winning the game within the game. That's within those critical moments. And I love the line about, he said it's the coaching staff's responsibility to help the player reach the level of confidence and command. Like he didn't go away from that. He didn't shy away from that at all. He just completely said exactly what we've been talking about the entire time about leadership and having accountability and somebody that's going to help the young players, but especially the quarterback, since he's young, get to the best level that he needs to get to. I absolutely love it. I ain't gonna lie to you. I mean, don't get me wrong. We still got to go out there and prove it. We still got to go out there and execute. But as far as like what I'm hearing, I am enjoying what I'm hearing.
Miss Drea said, "Thank you for the super chat again, Miss Drea." It sounds like MP9 is his guy from the interview with Tori. And I told y'all, man, and I'm gonna stick to it. And I'm not contradicting myself. I'm just telling y'all what I said before. I feel like this whole hiring process was built around Michael Penix and them finally getting the quarterback position right. They invested in that 8th overall pick, and before they even think about moving on from him, they're going to give it all they can to see can he get it going. Because like I said, even if he don't play this year, going into next year, they're going to be year 4. And he's only played, 14, 15 games in 2 years? That's not good, man. And who was that said, you don't know what kind of quarterback you got? Oh, Drew Brees. He said, you don't know what kind of quarterback you really have until he's played in 50 games. And that's equivalent to what? Let me see, 17, 3 seasons, 3 complete seasons. So if they miss time, 4 seasons. So we'll just say 4 seasons, just in case they miss a game or 2. But that makes a whole lot of sense that, it takes 50 games to see what the quarterback has. And another thing, and they talked about it and I've heard it, that they didn't really have nobody around him to help him develop. And they screwed him. So now they got to come in, pick up the pieces, what Raheem was supposed to do his first 2 years. And now they're going to show how properly it is to develop a quarterback, putting the offensive coordinators and the quarterback coach and passing game coordinator, make sure they're all on the same page. And that's going to be key going forward. But go ahead, Chris. My bad.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I absolutely agree. Look at it too. Sometimes with some quarterbacks, it may take a little bit longer than 50 games too.
Right.
Because I say that because I look at the Super Bowl champion quarterback that right now, Sam Darnold, someone that has spent 3 seasons in New York. It did not work out. Went to Carolina, did not work out. Definitely didn't work out for him in San Francisco, but then started to find success in Minnesota. I'm still know that they're probably kicking themselves right now. And now you have Seattle. He having some of the best success that he had. I still believe that he had a better yards and statistic wise with Minnesota than Seattle, but he didn't have to do as much with Seattle because they did have a better run game. And honestly, that defense, they were scoring points too and making takeaways for giving short fields. So, ultimately, sometimes it does take a little bit more time. But regardless, I'm just loving the fact that we have these experienced coordinators, former coordinators, helping a guy like Tommy Rees as well, because he's definitely going to be picking their brains because they've done it already before. And even though he's done it at the college level, everyone knows that the NFL level is the cream of the crop. So at the end of the day, I'm loving what's going on right now as far as everything formulating, things are sounding right. But that Michael Penix thing, it does sound like Michael Penix is their guy, and they are definitely willing. And when you read the tea leaves, they're definitely willing to work with him and try to maximize on his potential.
Let's see, can we get this thing rolling again, man? My bad.
Goodness, what the heck is going? Well, I ain't gonna lie. Me and Stream y'all gonna fight tonight.
Let's see, can we get this thing rolling again? All that money, then they bullshitting.
Bro, what in the world? I'm like, didn't I just hear the echo? I'm like,
yeah, I mean, it just went out. I mean, but like I was saying, Miss Drill, keep it short. Yeah, he specializes a lot more than footwork. He's just a total quarterback guy, and him working with some of the some of these quarterbacks over the years, it's just grown because you got to remember, he was Drake May's quarterback coach his rookie season, and then you look back at J.P. Lossman, as I was saying, in Buffalo when Jerry Gray was there as well as the defensive coordinator, so they know each other from way back when, and to see this come together as a whole, I think it's going to gel perfectly, and I think Jeff Ulbrich talked about that a little bit, even in the press conference. But the next point that we were going to talk about, let me make sure it's still on the right part.
right.
Quarterback playing on the center, which we talked about a lot, man. So let's see exactly what he talked about with the quarterback on the center. I bet. Man, I got started all over.
Because the Stream,
we're gonna get it right. We're gonna get it right. One thing about your boy, he don't never quit. He gonna keep fighting. We're gonna get this thing right.
Stream, y'all
keep going in and out to do the whole show. That's what we're gonna do.
Stream, y'all.
Oh yeah, they gonna hate, bro, all day long. But yeah, man, let's listen to the quarterback up on the center thing. All right, quick. Let's go.
Really important to have in line.
I think Kevin's introductory press conference, Matt was talking about you want to solve the run, do play action. For you, does that mean you primarily need to be under center, or is that something you can do in shotgun?
Yeah, no, I think, look, you can do it in both. I think there's definite benefit to being under center. That's been a huge part of the identity. Kevin going back to, throughout his career has been an identity, as we work together and something we believe in. Offensive football at its crux is putting, defense in conflict, right? Like the illusion of run and pass, illusion of pass to run, like that is what you're after. You're constantly trying to keep the defense off balance and stress some of their rules. And, there's a lot of ways to do that. Under center is certainly one of them. And, that's one that we utilize, but, there are other ways to get to those points as well.
And see, this is the thing about it, man. When you talk about under center, Michael Penny let y'all know himself. He threw everybody on the bus. He didn't give a shit. He said, "I do whatever you ask me to do." And as I've been telling y'all, when I watched him at Washington, he was on the center a lot, and he could drop back 5-7 steps back, launch the ball 50-60 yards downfield. Now, one thing, like Miss Drill said, one thing he does have to learn to do: step into his throws just a little bit more, and work, use his hips a little bit more to get into his throws. So the accuracy will be there. Putting air up under the ball, as I told y'all, if y'all watch the Colts game, he started to work on that as the season went on, and he put some air into some of those passes. Kyle Pitts dropped the wide open pass that he actually did it. But this is something that's very positive, something that they struggle with. And now they get guys in here that can help him as far as develop as a pro NFL quarterback. I love it. But what you think about him saying understanding then the whole Michael Penix thing?
I mean, again, I enjoy it because one thing about it, regardless, somebody gonna be made a liar out of. Because you think about it with the Zach Robinson thing and everybody thinking he can't play under center. I mean, again, we've seen Michael Penix under center. It's just like, again, I understand him not running the under center things and they're running the pistol into the ground. I get it. But at the end of the day, this is a staple. And when you look at Kevin Stefanski and all the quarterbacks that's been under Stefanski, all of them have been under like center at some point in time and doing the play action. So again, I'm excited to see what's going to happen. Hopefully, so we're going to get some good showings from Michael Penix, which I believe that he can do it. So it's just all about getting out there and doing it. Just like he said, there are benefits to being under center. And going throughout Kevin's career, it's been a focal point in it. And I think it's going to actually help with the run game as well.
Agreed. This quick point right here, he talks about balancing scheming and presentation as to what to do on the offensive side of the football. And this is something that we talked about on the show during the whole season about scheming and, situational play calling, basically. And he's telling y'all that situational play calling is something that we got to get right. Take a listen.
It seems like to me the more effective.
It just matters how you run the ball, right? Like if you run the ball from gun, you want to marry up your play action with that, great. If you're running from the pistol or under, like you just want to make it complementary of one another.
When it comes to Kevin Stefanski and the way that he puts together a game plan, what should fans know about this guy?
Yeah, it's a good question. I think Kev's going to always be pressing on, what do we do really well and what our players can maximize and how can we add wrinkles and add complementary pieces to make sure that we're keeping a defense off balance, typically one step ahead of the opponent and making sure that, there are things that we're anticipating them trying to take away. Okay, what's the counter? What's the complement to that? So Kev loves the game plan. I mean, that's one thing that, when those early in the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday nights, that's something that we've talked a lot about over the last couple of years. Like those are really fun times as coaches when you're putting the plan together and then, you get to Sunday and you see it come to fruition. Like that's the most rewarding part of coaching and seeing your players have that success. So, Kev's been an excellent coach in this league for a long time. I don't need to tell you guys that, but when you peel the curtain back and you see him, collectively work with the group to put the game plan together, it's pretty exciting.
How do your skills and acumen
and game plan is gonna be everything for the Atlanta Falcons? Why? Because when you're talking about having to distribute how you're going to distribute between Bijan, Drake London, whomever else is on the offensive side of the football, y'all got to remember when he got to Cleveland in 2020, he had a third-year quarterback in Baker Mayfield that, like I told y'all, he threw about 30-something interceptions his first 2 seasons. However, he did, set a DN record for rookie quarterbacks with touchdown pass. He's a gunslinger. So I think Michael Penix fits that mold as to what Kevin Stefanski likes. So in the game planning part, I think they're going to, like I told y'all, what Raheem and Zach should have did, get him in the film room, sit him down, teach him to read the field properly. Because we told y'all with those intentional ground, it was just ridiculous. So when they get everything on track, as far as feeding him, who is Michael Penix, feeding him the game, coaching him properly, everything else will catch on. Because if the quarterback is in sync, that means the offense is in sync. But the way he game plans, we've seen it in Cleveland. Who was the quarterback when he won the Coach of the Year the second time?
Was it Deshaun there?
Was Deshaun there?
I think Jacoby Brissett was still there too, though.
I don't. It's 23, right? Yeah, it had to be Deshaun Watson. It had to be.
I can look it up real quick. Let me see.
Chat, y'all still there? I ain't seen nobody pop up in a minute. They probably went on to bed. I don't blame, but we just gonna keep recording. We're gonna keep going. Oh, there goes Zay. There you go.
So like,
you're gonna see these coaches interact with him more during games. It felt like DJ Williams was the only coach. We barely saw Raheem and Zach interacting with him on the sideline. It was too many red flags. That's absolutely facts. Zay said it was Deshaun Watson, PJ Walker, and Joe Flacco.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. So listen to
he
that.
did it with 3 quarterbacks.
I'm saying so.
And PJ Walker is a former XFL quarterback.
And we already know who Joe Flacco is. It's so crazy. He may actually be linked to the Falcons. We'll see what happens. But
yeah, he will be. And we're gonna do a video on that too. But
just a quick thoughts though about Michael Penix too. I know the way that you can get him in sync is just having that balance with the run game. He has an excellent run game, and I do still believe, even with him coming off of this ACL, y'all, I still believe his best friend can be that run game, can be Bijan Robinson, and hopefully still Tyler Algier. I would feel better if it's Bijan and Tyler, but I mean Bijan, he's gonna be back there. You handing it off to a guy who can definitely, well, first of all, he can get yards. He can get yards after the catch. He can get yards after contact. It's just so many different things Bijan Robinson can do. So it's like that can be your safety blanket, especially if you don't have the traditional best friend, and that would be a tight end, which is normally a young quarterback or any quarterback's best friend. But we don't know what's going to happen with Kyle just yet. But we do know is Bijan Robinson will be here. He can turn around, hand the ball off to Bijan to help keep that balance, and keep him in sync.
Hey, Chris, it sounds like we need to start doing more late shows. These folks say they insomniacs and that's their time of night. Me and Chris be up all time of night creating content, man. So, man. I mean, if we can get some topics at night, we'll start.
Yeah, man, for real. Uh-oh. Stream y'all do it again. Yep. Smitty, man, did you pay the bill, man? My stream y'all said, I've come to collect. Smitty, man, stream y'all said, I've come to collect. Let me see, make sure it ain't me. Smitty, man, I don't know what's going on, man. Hey, I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to crank up them super chats for my main man, Smitty. Why? Because it seems like my man need a new microphone or something. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's the headphones. Sometimes, he like to put the headphones on, like some of the pictures and everything he be in. So it's just like, I don't know if it's the headphones. The headphones is like malfunctioning and just backfiring on my guy right now. But ultimately, I know we had some more points we wanted to talk about. I'm trying to get them in here so we can talk about it together. It just be a little rude, not to continue the show without Smitty. But hopefully we got him back. Smitty, say something to us.
Hey, man, look, I don't know what's going on, bro. Oh yeah, I paid the bill, man. It is a recurring payment. It's on a credit card, so it get paid every month. So trust me, that's definitely not the problem. I mean, much as y'all bless me, I got to keep screen y'all going, man. But it's something going on. Hey, Shaka, I did pay the bill, man. I pay it every month, bro. I mean, it ain't me.
Shaka said, here's
me, man.
Shaka said, here's me contributing to the bill.
Yeah, man, I don't know what's going on. I mean, Zay, I don't know what's going on with this thing, man. Hopefully I got it right this time, man. It could be my laptop. I don't know. I mean, I know I need to get it wiped clean. I need to get a virus protection. So
laptop light. Come on, boy. You don't be up there late.
And then there's a lot of people on the internet too, so it could be that. I don't know.
Oh yeah. All right, good. Let's get back into it though.
let's get back into it, man. We ain't gonna hold y'all. Look, things happen, man. I'm gonna tell y'all things happen. And, we ain't perfect. And, like I said, no matter what it takes, we gonna get this show done, man.
Hey,
That's
man,
where
tell
we
you
at.
got no brain. You don't know it's supposed to be working.
Man, you got a joke. Balancing the scheming and presentation is where we at right now. So we at 1350. 1350. Let's get this thing going, man. Let's get it back to going.
Success, and it's hard to get in front of the group. You have to find ways to continue to be a leader and continue to motivate and continue to find ways to get guys to pull for each other.
When you're trying to find the balance in your run game between having enough of it to be diverse and doing what you do well enough for your own.
Yeah, it's a great question.
What are some of the markers you use to determine when you're in that happy spot?
Yeah, I would say like scheme and presentation are two different things, right? Like you can be very consistent in scheme with the illusion of a different presentation that can get some of the variances that you're looking for. And then I think you have to have something, hey, this is what we hang our hat on. These are going to be our compliments. That's where your 75, 80% of your run game comes from. And then week to week, based on a defensive structure, you might pull from something that you installed in camp and say, hey, the defense is telling us, hey, we can run this. We'll pull from that. But again, scheme's one thing, presentation's a little bit different in terms of keeping a variance. And then, you have your core stuff, you have your counters, and then you have the things that you can pull from that's kind of in the well, ready to go.
He talking like a true quarterback.
Yeah.
Talking about pulling from this and pulling from that. This let you know that they're going to pay attention to exactly what they're doing on the field each and every Sunday. This is what you call, teaching. When you can teach the offensive players exactly what to do in certain situations, it's called situational play calling. And it's just something that we've been bad at for God knows how long. We've been talking about it since Arthur Smith. Think about that. Arthur Smith was here, 3 years ago? And when he became coach was about 6 years ago. It was 2019 or 2020 when he got hired?
Like 2020, 2020? Yeah.
20, yeah, so 6 years. So when you think about it, situational play calling is going to be key in any offense. And they talked about it, a little bit in this press conference, and Ulbrich did about who fits what, and with the versatility and with the game planning, what player fits what best set on what down and all of that. So I mean, look, when you're talking about scheming, it's gonna come into play. And he talked about personnel as to what they're gonna do in free agency, what they're gonna do in the draft. All of that is gonna play into how all of that shakes out when they put the entire 53-man roster together. So look, I mean, I'm all for it. But what you think?
Yeah, man. It goes to like putting the best 53 on the field. And again, like I loved how he was talking about the presentation and then the scheme, and also talking like a quarterback. He's also talking about stacking plays and being able to pull, like he's saying, being able to pull a play from something that they may have done back in training camp or something they may have done just in practice, because the defense, that's what the defense is saying, that, hey, we can run this play. But again, that's what you're supposed to do when you're controlling the offense. You don't want to just necessarily be running plays. It's more than just running plays. You want to control the offense. And to be able to do that is be able to stack plays, to be able to use situational plays, to even be able to have, like he said, those core plays and continue to use those core plays, because they're going to set up something later on, like a play action, like just being able to attack maybe the middle of the field because the linebackers are playing up a little bit. So maybe you can go over the top of their heads now. Like, it's just all about having those core values, those core plays. They continue to run, and even if you're getting like 2 and 3 yards, they continue to chisel at it and be able to kind of okay, put a pin in it and maybe come back later, because the defense is again showing you, hey, this play can be ran with this scheme, we can present it different ways. Rather in the presentation, what I'll be assuming is he's talking about the pistol,
Right.
under center, play action, shotgun. So again, it can have different presentations, and so within the scheme too.
Right, and this also ties back into personnel. When you talk about stacking plays, like Tyler Algier, we don't know what's going to happen with his future. You got to have that power back on certain type plays, on certain pass plays. So like play action, like Chris said, screen plays, you got to have that speed guy. Whether it's in the screen pass, whether it's taking the top off the defense, you got to have that screen guy. Then you got to have a possession guy, which I think is Drake London or Kyle Pitts or whomever it may be, Darnell Mooney as well. So, I mean, it all ties in as to how they want to game plan, how they want to build a game plan for each game as far as scheming. It's not even, it's scheming for the red zone. 2 minute drill. It's just all of that, man. So, I mean, it's self-explanatory, but go ahead.
No, I was just saying it's going to be interesting. I will say this. When I first heard about Tommy Rees being hired, brother, I'm not going to lie to you. I didn't like it. But at least, after hearing him talk, I mean, the former quarterback and all that stuff like that, it's like, at the end of the day, it's a lot of guys as coaches that used to be former quarterbacks. It doesn't mean they always get the results. Man, being skeptical about Tommy Rees, I was definitely one of those guys. Now, has he won me over? No, I didn't say that. But I can definitely say he has me feeling optimistic, has me feeling better than what I felt about when we just had an offensive coordinator. It seems like, yes, he's young too, but he's done it at the collegiate level and he's doing it at the NFL level. He's got more experience, coming in technically. So we're going to just see, man. We're going to see if all this talk that is good talk, I'm not going to lie to you, great execution and breakdown just and everything about the explaining and the verbiage, but it's just at the end of the day, we still just need the results. We still need the results.
Agreed. And you talk about him being a coach. Think about it too. He was a tight ends coach, and he's going to be able to work with the quarterback and the tight ends at the same time if he need to. So that's going to build a strong relationship between Penix or whomever else is the quarterback and those tight ends. So when you think about that part of it, he and Jeff Ulbrich, who we're going to get into, he talked about one of the position coaches that could coach any part of the defensive side of the ball. I forgot what coach he said it was, but he said he can coach the defensive backs, he can coach the linebackers, he can coach anybody, defensive line, anybody. And he said it's something he had never seen before. So when you have coaches that can coach more than one position, I think Jerry Gray, he's another one of those guys. Because remember, he was a defensive coordinator in Buffalo, and at the time, they had one of the better defenses in the league. He's the key cornerback guy, and he's also the associate head coach. But he can coach any position on the field, no matter offense or defense. And Raheem had that same talent, but he just went about it the wrong way as far as personnel. So, I like I told y'all, I just think his ego got the best of him. I'm going to stick to that.
Yeah, man.
Ms. Drell, thank you. Go ahead, Chris.
No, you go ahead. I was just saying, yeah, man. I just agree.
Sounds like we have better coaches on the sideline. They're giving real answers without selling off the form at this stage. I'm excited to see how it comes together. And let me tell y'all, man, he said it in this interview as well. The versatility that we have, we can go any direction that we want to go. And now that we have a void possibly at edge rusher, now that is back into the fold in the second round again. So, I mean, look, the mock drafts are going to be switched up. I'm glad I hadn't done now because I would have been pissed. But we have a long way to go, man. And as far as personnel, I just can't wait to see what they cook up because, like he said, it just widen up everything as far as you can pick from the litter. As far as the combine, I mean, we can look at anything now because we balanced on both sides of the ball. We just need to fill in with the depth pieces because, as I told y'all in previous videos, the depth is not real good on this team. But now that we have the key core players, we can build the rest of the team around those guys, and that's what you want. Now all we need is the money.
We just need the money, the cap space, and all that good stuff, man. But It's on the way
for him, and we have a plan if he were to be, if he were to go to Cleveland, but hopeful from our standpoint.
You talking about Mike Rudenberg?
So fast forward now, you guys are laying into roster evaluation, personnel, all
Yep.
kind of things. How hard is the new piece of this staff leaning into what you know? You got a great knowledge of what this organization
Right.
is like from a personnel standpoint.
Yeah, that's probably one of the places I've been blown away the most. There are, as we all know, whether you're in this business or not, there's some healthy egos, some unhealthy egos in this world, and there's not always the humility to ask questions and to and they want to make their mind up for themselves. I haven't felt that from this group at all. So they've done exactly that and leaned into us. And in regards to the character, obviously they can watch the tape and they can evaluate the talent, but really to, for an assessment of the character and their process and what they're like in the building and the teammates they are, the learners they are, this has been super collaborative across the board. And it's going to be a huge reason that we might not have the pitfalls of a true first year staff, and it's interesting, as I'm going through it from a defensive perspective, obviously that's my lens. I look through this.
Did you hear that, Chris?
I'm about to say play it for him one more time.
Did you hear that though?
Yeah.
Back it up just a little bit.
Yeah,
Back it up just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Across the board, and it's going to be a huge reason that we might not have the pitfalls of a true first year staff, and
Ooh, that's key right there. That's key right there. He said they're not going to have the pitfall of a first year staff. That's what you need to hear. And
you don't say.
Wow. So he just basically telling us they just going to pick up to where they left off.
That's it, man. Again, that's what I'm saying. Sometimes though, you think about it, again, we don't always want to hear it or think about it, you know what I'm saying? But when you do present it, the situation that we gone through with the Raheem Morris situation, it is a lot of things that you can learn and a lot of things you can just realize not to do, realize what you don't need to do. So, I mean, we're going to learn and we're going to apply. So, I like it. Top 10 defense loading. I love it.
What's up, Dan? What's good, man? We on late, man. We appreciate y'all staying up with us, man.
Oh, yeah.
Ross said Ross said a lot without saying a damn thing. Yeah, he had to find a way. Like Coach Key said, we can say what we want. We just need to produce on the field. And that's true. And that means Raheem Morris was selling vehicles while everybody else was selling dreams. Dan said a day will come when this fan base will see how much Raheem and Zach was holding impedance and his offense back. Yeah, that's true. Go ahead, Chris. My bad.
No, I was just saying it's on the way. We talked about it so many different times. Just the inexperience, the inconsistencies. If we would at least could have been more consistent, we would have been at least better off. But now that time has passed. We have more experience. We have some collective minds that are on this offensive staff. And again, just can't wait until they really get their hands on Michael Penix. Everybody seems to like him, as far as when they've met him, and everyone seems to talk about how, you look at the film and the arm talent, but you just talk to the person and you just genuinely like the guy. So I believe that they're going to try to work with him the best that they can. And, also something also that I liked about that Tommy Reese talked about, and we've heard so far about getting the quarterback comfortable, since seeing what plays and everything he likes to run and get him comfortable within the offense and really work with them. It's all about, keeping them comfortable to have them in motion and to keep them, to keep them fresh. In motion, keep them fresh. Yeah. But you have to have those times when you have him uncomfortable doing things that he's not normally used to doing. So it is a weakness, but you can try to make it a strength, or at least try to get better at it so you're not as bad. So it's just, I can't wait till they just really just get it on the ball and get after it, man. I can't wait to training camp. I ain't gonna lie to you.
We're gonna be at training camp lit again this year. Well, we had a blast.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. Gotta go back. That was my first time ever going last year, man. It
Boy,
was
we had a blast.
man.
Boy.
Yes, sir.
Let's get into the next part. It's sort of what Splasher 613 was saying. He talks a little bit about defensive perspective as to how they're gonna build a team and what how excited it could be.
It's interesting, as I'm going through it from a defensive perspective. Obviously, that's my lens. I look through this game. It's been exciting because with the multiplicity that we built on defense, it's really given us a bigger group of players to really evaluate and potentially sign, whether through free agency, the draft. Mm-hmm. Because the scheme now allows us to kind of pivot and go the direction of the talent, as opposed to in the past, I've been like, it's got to look like this, and if it doesn't look like this, we can't do it, and so it's going to be exciting to really, first of all, because I think the roster's first before the scheme, because we got to tailor this to the men's that we get. It's going to be exciting to collect the best talent that we can, and then to really focus the scheme to fit the guys we have. So, as fun as the season is, and obviously that's what this is all about. This offseason is fun too, and attacking it and doing it together and learning these new guys and a new approach to evaluate players and to attack an offseason is exciting for me and my growth.
Mm-hmm.
And shout out to him, man. He even said he's still growing, and that says a lot about him. How many coaches do you know will say after being in the league so many years they still growing? Not many.
No, not a whole lot. Some people think that they know it all and just don't see it all and have no room to grow. But again, you always want somebody that's trying to learn. You want to learn something new every day, because I believe the day that you stop learning, then you may not be here.
Day you start feeling. Because you learn something new every day. You see that in just regular life. Come on, man. When you see that in regular life every day, what you think coaching in, outside of life, just coaching your job, you learn something new on your job every day. Yeah, some people don't even know how to damn stick a damn a cord in a damn socket the right way. So look, you learn something new every day. But last but not least, me and Chris talked about Kaden Elliss and him possibly not coming back. And I'm thinking he's going to Denver with his brother, Sean Payton. He played for Sean Payton in New Orleans. But he had some really nice things to say about Kaden Elliss. And we all know how important he was. But he is. But let's listen to Brick right quick. And put it back up on the board. Let me see. Where are we at? 38 minutes.
Yeah, with front office in terms of your input on players, but what would your argument for Kaden Elliss be as a retention?
Yeah, I would love Kaden back. I think we all would. When I think of Kaden, and I know this sounds nuts, but I think of the human being that he is first, the leader that he is, what he does behind closed doors. He is one of the most amazing human beings I've been around from a character standpoint, and his influence on this group, not just from a football process standpoint, but to the way they parent their kids, the way they care of themselves as a man, all that in between. He's amazing. And then the player that he is gave us this really unique flexibility. I mean, to think a guy could play world-class line of scrimmage play, but at the same time, you could stack him behind the paw and you could play world-class stack linebacker play. I mean, that is rare. And then the mental processing that he had. I mean, I've never had a line of scrimmage player run the defense. A lot of our defenses, he was a line of scrimmage player, and that's it's a testament to not only his intelligence, but it's probably a bigger testament to his process and how hard he worked at it.
Facts.
Elite communicator, mental processor. We put a lot on his plate and he thrived. He was the guy in game when I would suggest a pretty complex pivot. He'd be like, let's do it. I'm like, huh? He had no hesitation. He was he gave us some rare multiplicity within the defense, and I would love him back. To replace Kaden would take more than one human being.
Wow.
That's
crazy. That's an endorsement, man. When you talk about being appreciated as a player, that's what you want to hear. That's what you want to hear. So we pray Kaden Elliss come back. Like I said, his number is probably going to be between 10 and 12 million, somewhere in there. 31 years old, but age don't mean nothing because we seen players play just like Calais Campbell. Calais Campbell is 40 years old now. He's still playing and especially sign another contract. So we'll see how that go. But Kaden Elliss, man, ringing endorsements from the coach. And I love to hear it. But quick, man, tell me what you think.
Well, again, man, like I said in the video that I just dropped about Quay Walker, I did talk about Kaden Elliss in there as well. Yeah, make sure y'all check out the video on A1 Forever Sports, talking about Quay Walker, man, possibly coming to Atlanta. But still, Quay Walker, that fits our timeline as far as age and possibly what you want to do. But Kaden Elliss, again, just like Coach Olbert just said, man, you're going to take you more than one individual to replace that. That leader in the locker room, that guy that took the next step, it seems like, once the defense was called properly, once it was snatched from Jimmy Lake midway through the season by whomever did it, thank you. And then we started to see Kaden Elliss, start to be used a little bit better. They started trying to take him out of that coverage thing and try, because that's not what he do best. He goes after the quarterback. And since he's been doing that, he's been a key component to the Falcons defense and into their locker room. As you see what Coach Ulbrich says, if it's something that he wants to change up and then Kaden Elliss is with it, that's leading by example. That's what you want in your locker room. So, again, even though Quay Walker, I would love to have him, at the end of the day, man, you can't replace Kaden Elliss and what he's done in the last 3 seasons for the Falcons.
You can't, basically what you say, you can't replace chemistry. You can't. Once that chemistry is there, it's there. And if he bring in new guys, who's there? Who are they going to turn to for guidance and learn this offense the fastest way? They're going to turn to the leader of the defense or the leader of the offense. Either or. Yeah, right. We talk about coaches all the time. Coaches going to coach and do their job, but the player that plays next to you every Sunday, every down, that's the person you're going to turn to first. It's just a proven fact. Miss Drill said it's going to be interesting to see how everyone visualizes with the money. He talked about that too. He said, the roster got to be put together, and he talked about the top defensive lines and the top defenses. They started in the trenches on the defensive line. They spent top dollars on their defensive line to build their team strong defensively with the defensive line spending money. You talk about Seattle. You talk about Philadelphia, and Philadelphia may be in the market for Max Crosby. So, look,
would that be something?
He was really throwing a signal to the Falcons front office. Hey, go get us some top tier defensive linemen. Yeah, Leonard Floyd is probably a decent player, but we need to up our game. We need to go get a Max Crosby. And this is why I tell y'all, I don't fall in love with players, because if I had my way, I love Jesse Bates. But if he's going to garner me a second-round pick, he gone. Because you got to keep building this team with strong players. Anywhere from the second all the way up to the 5th round, you can probably get a start in the NFL. Now, every now and then in 6th, 7th round, you may pull a start out of there. But from the 2nd all the way to the 5th, outside of the 1st, that's solidified starter territory. So we got to hit it. Go ahead. We got to hit it.
I want to add to your point real quick. Okay. You look at it. You just said about getting Max Crosby, right?
Right.
Technically, you may have to give up 2 firsts and maybe even a star player. At the end of the day, Jesse Bates may end up being that star player because you're going to have to give something to get something. And the Raiders, they're going to definitely want something because, look at them. They're the Raiders. It's like, they need all the help they can get. So they're going to
get a Jesse Bates, if you get him a Jesse Bates, I think that actually cuts down on one of those first-round picks because he's actually worth a first-round pick. Go ahead.
No, it has to. At the end of the day, we're talking about an all-pro, multi-time all-pro, a guy who makes plays, a guy who was another leader in the locker room. And I ain't going to lie to you, even if you did make that trade and get rid of Jesse, I think you definitely will have to sign Kaden back because you're losing Jesse, who's another leader, another one of those same people.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You can't lose both of them. You can't lose Jesse and Kaden. You know, even though you're bringing in Max, yeah, that's cool, that's calm. But again, you're losing two guys that was chemistry in the last 3 years and leaders in the locker room. You already had lost Grady. Now you're gonna lose these two too. I don't think that's good football.
But I think honestly, you own to something. But you know what I think they will do? I think they will wait to see what Caden's decision is going to be, because at the end of the day, the decision is left up to him whether he wants to stay or go. And that really depends on money, like Brick talked about in the interview. If they can find a way to get Kaden back, it's a good chance that Jesse is gone. Because let's be real, Brisker, Ian Cunningham's former safety in Chicago, he's a free agent.
Yes.
So and you could probably get him cheaper than what you paying Jesse Bates. But go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think so, because he hasn't been as productive from the stats wise.
Right.
Definitely, you know what I'm saying, than Jesse Bates. And you think about it too, what is his name? Nashawn Wright. You know what I'm saying? He had a big year for the Bears, but he's a free agent. Now, the Bears cornerback room is kind of crowded. And honestly, Bears fans, from what I see, they would rather him be the outside man looking in. So that's another free agent you could possibly look at as well, just coming from the Bears. You kind of got to look at everybody coming from the Bears right now, you know, some form of fashion.
Yeah, that's right. Little man said Coach Brick said he wants to rush 4 instead of blitzing so much, and that's a good thing. But that goes to they've got to go and get the proper size up front. Mm-hmm. They've got to go get those 325, 330-pound linemen. And I'm gonna tell y'all, and I said in the video that I'm gonna put out a little later. John Franklin Myers, former Broncos defensive lineman, he's a free agent. He's 29 years old. But y'all see the video when I put it out. He's one of those guys that they can bring in. He's a versatile guy. Another guy I feel like they should bring back that's going to be very affordable, that a lot of people gave him credit but really didn't understand what he brought to the team. Sam Roberts, defensive tackle. He missed time after being signed, but the time that he was in, he was stuffing the run. He was even getting after the quarterback. So Sam Roberts is one of those guys you should absolutely think about bringing back, and he's a value type player. Laquel London is another one. So, I mean, look, you just got to find value in what you have already, and then if you can sprinkle in and think about it, John Franklin Myers played for Brick with the Jets for a couple of seasons. So, yeah.
Played with him before, back in the Jets. So, I mean, it's definitely another option. And again, the only reason why we're even talking about pass rushers is why? Because we got a little situation going on with one of our best pass rushers. So, again, that's something you just have to realize. It's the ugly truth that we just don't know what's going to happen. We're always going to hope for the best as far as, you know, for the Falcons' sake. But we just don't know what's going to happen. So, we're going to have to look at guys to possibly bring in. And then you said money-wise as well.
I think John Franklin Myers, he gonna be pretty affordable as well. But go ahead.
He may be, but I know he did go out there to Denver and like reinvent his career for real. His last 2 seasons have been 7.5 sacks. Yeah, he's had 7. Yeah, so he's at least got that. And I ain't gonna lie to you. Yeah, I'll take that on my team. I really would. So it's like, we'll see, man. We'll see.
Yeah. But Dan had a quick question, man. I don't know how to answer this one, but we gonna try. He said, using each of the 6 Infinity Stones, which Falcon player staff past the present emulates each one? That's a hard question. That's a hard question.
Yeah, it's a hard question. First and foremost, you got to get the Infinity Stones on what all they do.
Right. So when you talk about pass rush, man, that's a good question. So if I had to go with, a pass rushing coach, I would have to say Ryan Nielsen what Ryan Nielsen did to this defense after being so many years in the hole, under 20 sacks. If he had a stayed, I won't say that, because if he had a stayed, we wouldn't have what we have now. Nate Otley. But if I had to say player of the staff, and I tell y'all, man, Deion Sanders and Jerry Glanville were a perfect fit, because both of those guys, Eagles, they fit each other. And this is probably one of the reasons why the Falcons brought in Jerry Glanville, man. Trash talking, back it up. But
I'll tell you what. I'll give a crack at it. Space. I'll say Julio Jones. And the reason why, because it didn't matter how much space that man had, he's gonna make a play. And honestly, the way that he played, you would think it was out of this world. And just all the plays he's made, 300-yard games. I mean, again, just what he did to Carolina Panthers, what he did to Luke Kuechly, catching that pass, what he did in the NFC Championship game, the game against the Eagles, you know. So if I would just say space, I would definitely say Julio Jones, man. Definitely astronaut.
Time, Dr. Strange with time, you got to go Matt Ryan.
That's interesting right there. Time, yeah, because I mean, you think about it, durability and staying healthy, play with the Falcons.
She think mine is Matt. That's a good one too.
Yeah, mine could be Matt. That is nice.
Soul Stone, I got to go Deion Sanders.
Ooh, I ain't gonna lie. Soul for me now I get it, because you know it actually makes sense. You know, I got soul. You know, so I get it. But but honestly, man. But honestly, I gotta go with somebody even more recent than Deion Sanders. I gotta go Jake Matthews. I gotta go Jake Matthews.
A good one. That's a good one.
Because I mean, you think about it.
That's a good one.
He's been here, man. After coming in like a little bit after Todd McClure left, and then going through the Super Bowl seasons, going through all this hardship that we've been going through. Jake been right there in it, That's there true. With him. So again, you know, so being the Iron Man, breaking Matt Ryan's record as far as consecutive starts, twisting the ankle, still going out there, continuing the consecutive starts, having a baby, still making sure he's putting on that Falcon uniform. I got to go Jake Matthews for soul.
Okay, so how many more we got?
You still got reality and you got power. I mean, I know mine and time. I know that's kind of like what Matt Ryan. I mean, for mine,
mine. Oh, that's a tough one too.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Y'all not gonna like it because I don't even like it. But for mine, I got to go, and it's a mix. But I got to go a mixture of Dan Reeves and Kyle Shanahan.
That's a good one. Mine.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a swing. With mine, man, that's tough. I'm gonna go Mike Smith. And the reason why I'm gonna go Mike Smith is because, contrary to what some fans believe, that he was overrated, and I've had people tell me that, he was the most consistent coach all the time, easily. Because think about it, if they adjusted that game that they lost to San Francisco, that championship game, that's easily our first Super Bowl win. The Ravens would not have beat the Falcons. They barely held on against the 49ers. And we really ran the 49ers in the ground. We gave that game away.
Yes.
So with mine, I would have to say Mike Smith, because he's a tough-minded coach. And you don't see too many of those coaches in today's NFL. And see, he was just in the wrong time. If Mike Smith had a team what we have right now, we would probably go on a Super Bowl run, because the way he coached and his mentality and the way he approached the game. So yeah, I would have to say Mike Smith.
Like it, I like
Reality.
it.
Ooh, reality is a tough one, man. Man.
I'll tell you what. I know what I got reality.
You know what? I put it like this.
What you got?
I'm gonna go reality, and I'm gonna just go. I'm gonna go reality as far as players. I'm gonna go Claude Humphrey, and the reason why I'm gonna go Claude Humphrey with reality is because he was one of the very first superstars we had. In reality, you talk about the Grits Blitz, you talk about one of the top edge sack guys of his time. I got to go Claude because he don't get the respect he deserves. I seen a post the other day that had Matt Ryan and Julio Jones as the only two top tier players for the Atlanta Falcons. And when you talk about longevity, Claude Humphrey had just that. He played, I think, his first 10 or 11 seasons in Atlanta, went to Philadelphia, won the Super Bowl, came back to Atlanta, and finished his career here. So when you talk about reality, he was probably one of the best Falcons of all time. Because if they were taking sacks back then, he would have 122 and a half. That would probably put him right now, probably put him in the top 20, I want to say. Top 25. So yeah, I gotta go Claude Humphrey with that.
Okay. I'm gonna go a little different. Man. I'm gonna go with a team. Still Falcons, of course, but I'm gonna go with a team for reality. I'm going 1991 Falcons.
I knew you was going to go there. I knew it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Because the 1991 Falcons had the swag, had talent, had the coach, but it just like they just didn't have enough to get over the hump. And I feel like where we are right now, I feel like we have the talent. I'm hoping now that we have the coach be able to hopefully get us over that hump, and to be able to take advantage of the talent that we have right now before they start trying to leave and go other places, man. I want to get to winning now. And regardless, I know that that's a process that takes to get there. And I know that this team, regardless of all the talent that we seen them do, regardless of what they've done in their collegiate career, when you become an Atlanta Falcon, you're learning how to win because we haven't won in so long.
Yeah.
Think of guys
see, that's the thing. That's why I picked Mike Smith. Mike Smith, he epitomized winning.
No, I feel that. So who you going for power then? Who's the power stones before we close it on that?
That's another tough one, man. Man, you get on my nerves. Dan, why you had to bring the damn question up?
Hey, man, it was a good one.
Yeah, it was a damn good one. Power. I keep it simple. Y'all might not like my answer, but I'm gonna say it anyway. You talk about power, you got to say Arthur Blank. And the reason why I'm putting Arthur Blank as power is because before Arthur Blank got here, our games were blacked out all over Atlanta. If we played at home. When he bought the team, he went out, found the talent. Ever since he's been here, now there's one thing he's done. He's went and found the right talent. When he got here, he drafted Mike Vick. After Mike Vick, he went and got Mike Vick, a wide receiver in Roddy. He went out in free agency. They went out and got Michael Turner, Tony Gonzalez, drafted Julio. So he's always, and even the players that we missed on in the draft, he tried to trade up for AJ Green. He tried to trade up for Khalil Mack. He tried to trade up for Megatron. He's always tried to take the shots. When you talk about trying to make this team better. So as far as power, I got to go Arthur Blank, man, because of what he's done. Because Miss Dre, if you old enough, when you look at Rankin Smith, there's no disrespect to them. They weren't worried about winning. Dion will tell you that himself. Because if you don't offer your best player a contract, guess what? He gonna go somewhere else and be great. What did Dion do? He won back-to-back Super Bowl with 2 different teams. When that could have been Atlanta, when all you had to do was put the talent around him. So they were only worried about selling tickets and filling up that Georgia Dome. Arthur Blank took it next step, building a team to win the Super Bowl. What did he do when he got Matt Ryan? He just kept putting talent around. 2012 NFC Championship game, 2016 MVP, Super Bowl, and now they've put another team together to possibly win another Super Bowl. Superstar running back in Bijan Robinson, and key core players on this team, and they just put together a hell of a staff. They're gonna keep trying to win till they get that Super Bowl. And with the Rankin Smith family, they did not do
that at all. That's one of the reasons why Dion had to leave so early, because they didn't even offer him a contract. They didn't even say, "Hey, look, man, we'll give you 1 year, $1." They didn't give him an offer for nothing. So again,
okay, so Ms. Drill, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Then she knows exactly what I'm talking about. When I talk about Rankin Smith, she knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, of course. Heck yeah. I mean, you know, them guys, they did not like to pay. So that's why I'm glad that, you know, we do at least have an owner who's going to at least go after some talent, go after some players. Yeah, he tried to trade up, move up, all those things. So I really like that power. It really only makes sense to make it be Arthur Blank, because when he became in power, at least the Atlanta Falcons became more relevant than we had been in the previous, let's say, like 30 some odd years, you know, before he had took over. So I like that one, Smitty. That's a good way to do it, because outside of that, the only thing that I could think of as far as power would be like a player. And I wasn't around to necessarily like see him play then, but I definitely know about the highlights. And I'm talking about Mr. Willie Andrews, one of the original
most definitely
football in Atlanta. We're talking about Willie Andrews, and of course he had Gerald Riggs with him. But man, at the end of the day, when you're thinking about Falcons running backs, a lot of people say Jamal Anderson, but even more Falcons fans and Falcon alum would normally just say, "Hey man, y'all must have haven't seen Willie Andrews before you would mention a Jamal Anderson, or before you would mention a Michael Turner." You know, it's like Willie Andrews was all those guys before we even knew them. So, like,
and look,
with that.
If y'all caught that interview when I interviewed Mr. Andrews, and I'm gonna try to get him on the show again, he tell y'all himself he's supposed to be the first fullback in the Hall of Fame history. He should have been, because when you talk about, let me see, Larry Zonka played for the Dolphins. They went undefeated. He won a Super Bowl. I get that, but when you talk about just pure versatility, and he paved the way for a lot of fullbacks in this league. If some of y'all remember Larry Sinners, who played for the Cardinals, there were other guys. Keith Byers played for the Eagles back in the day. William Andrews paved the way for those guys to be who they were, because nobody used to throw to the fullbacks. Nobody used to run the fullback. They were just in the other block, like Lorenzo Neal, if y'all remember him.
Mm-hmm. So, now that was one of the best blocking fullbacks out there.
Yeah,
one of them.
Hey, Dan, we need more of them questions. That made us think a little bit. That made my old ass think a little bit. So we appreciate that. Hey man, you built the question off my favorite movie. So I mean, I loved it. So I mean, look. So I mean, I can't wait to Doomsday come out later this year. I'm probably gonna see that the first night. Got to see that. Got to see it.
Definitely got to go out there. Yeah, man. Shout out to Dance, man, about that one, man. That was a good one. That one was a good one.
Good, man. Good one. Good.
Yeah, got to give him the subscriber. Got to give him the subscriber of the night award right there for that one.
Facts. Facts. I think I'm gonna give him a clap too for that one, man. I got you, man. Let me see, can I find it? You got to get applause for that one, man.
Oh, I was clapping too. But Ms. Dre, I believe you can just go to my page and then, you know, send it with the live being up, and it should, when you try to comment, it should have the little $ next to the heart and emoji face and all that stuff, but it should.
You mean the super thanks?
Yeah, the super thanks.
Yeah, the super thanks should be up.
Mm-hmm.
Don't feel bad. I had problems when I first started.
Oh yeah.
Man,
Just get. Hey, I'm just. It's like a brand new car. I'm figuring out all the buttons and everything like that, and where everything goes. And you know what I'm saying? I don't hooked up my Bluetooth and all that stuff, and they got the music playing, and they got a little function and all that stuff. And I just sit the phone in there and it start charging my phone. I'm just figuring everything out.
Well, you wild. If I design the meme, I'll send it to y'all. I mean, go ahead. I mean, send it to us. We down for it, bro.
Cool.
That was a damn good question, man. I'm telling you, I don't know how the hell you came up with that, boy, but that made us think.
That was right on time right there, because really that actually extended the show and really made a whole other show within the show. So shout out to you. And
we might have to clip that out and just make that out of a video, man. That was a damn good one, man. That'll make everybody think. Yeah, you make that thumbnail, we'll put it out there. But yeah, man, another great show, man. We truly appreciate y'all stopping through, man. I know it's a little late, past midnight, damn near 1 o'clock. But like y'all, who was that? Dre, and it was somebody else that said that. I think it was M Ward said that.
Yeah,
they be up late anyway. And me and Chris, we always up late. So look, if we gain some steam off of late night shows, we down for it, man. If we up. Now, don't get me wrong. I might start the show, but I might not finish. So tell y'all now. But yeah, man, another great pop-up show, man. Truly appreciate y'all coming through. Chris, you know what to do, man.
Hey man, A1 Forever Sports, that's the platform on YouTube. Y'all make sure y'all find y'all peace today, because it's a brand new day, and positive energy always creates elevation. Also, make sure y'all be generational, because it's always time to be, and make sure that you're hitting that subscribe button, A1 Forever, to be a part of the A1 family. Same would go for Hawks Digest as well. Hawks right now, I mean, we're really every team is on break because we got All-Star weekend going on. But at least, you know, Zach Ricochet and JJ, they're out there in Inglewood. So representing the Atlanta Hawks. At the end of the day, I look at it like this. We're going to see how the rest of the season goes for them. But you come on over to Hawks Digest and become a member of that family as well. A1 Forever on Twitter, A1 Forever on Instagram, and The Real A1 Forever on TikTok. Thank you, every last one of y'all.
Facts. Y'all go over there and hype A1 up, man. He's up to 4,600 subs. So again, man, if y'all can donate, man, please go hit that super thanks over there. It's a little hard up under the video if you want to donate, and that'll help get him going, man. So once he gets approved 100%, you know, y'all send him on his way, you know, to doing his thing the right way, getting paid like he's supposed to, man, because he put in hard work just like I do. But Miss Drill, thank you for the donation. She said, "Be blessed, everyone." So thank y'all. Y'all be blessed, and y'all know where to find me, man. I'm about to cut it short on the draft profiles, man. I really don't have the time to be editing the video because them things are extensive. But I still would try to put some out. But I still would put out free agent targets, trade targets, and things of that nature. But what me and A1 might do, we might just put together a show to talk about draft targets, and that'll help out the process just a little bit. So that's what we might do. But again, man, find me at Smitty Sports Machine on YouTube. I'm always putting out the latest headlines. I see y'all in the comments. You know, a lot of y'all pissed off about the Calvin Ridley post. But again, look, Calvin Ridley getting up in age, and he's not going to garner a big contract, and he knows the city. And I think he would be a welcome veteran to come back, even though things didn't end the right way. Sometimes you just need to change the scenery to get your mind together. But again, he getting around the right people, he'll be fine. But Zay, we appreciate you, my guy. Also, catch me on Twitter at FatBoySlim_21 on Twitter, because I'm always over there blowing that thing up, because that's what I do. But for my boy A1, everybody in the chat, again, thank y'all for coming through. But we're going to holler at y'all soon, man. Oh, hey, y'all enjoy y'all Valentine's Day, spend it with that special person.
Yes. And be safe.
And we're going to be rolling on that, man, because love life and live, and let's just have fun, man. But peace.